All right, everybody, welcome to Strong Principles. I'm Zach Bragg.
I'm Rob Delacruz.
I'm Larry Medina.
Awesome. So what we're discussing today is basically technology and fitness. We talked in the past a little bit about AI, not exactly that. This is more so about like wearables and tools that people approach us for and like how to use them, what we like, what not to use them for. And I think specifically the big one that I always ask for is, a lot of people are wearing an Apple Watch and they track their calories. They hit start workout when they start a workout. They hit end workout when they're done. Or the Whoop is another big one, the Aura Ring. And basically, especially with personal training, like I have a lot of clients who will wear a heart rate monitor and track their heart rate throughout the workout. And all that's good. I think the biggest issue that I'm seeing with them is getting married to them. And just, if they don't get their workout in that day and they don't see it on their watch, or if the Whoop says that they absolutely should not train today, or they're at 0% recovery, they get married to that. Or if they're at 100%, then they go way too hard. And so I think it's just the biggest thing is not getting married to them. But we kind of want to talk about what ones we like and what we don't like, what to look for.
Yeah. And so I think me and Zach are going to completely agree on this, is that none of them are good for calories.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like if you're using them to like pay attention to calories, that's just not they just don't work real good. And the main reason is because they don't take into fact of like the adaptation. A lot of times, so what happens is, let's say you're doing whatever workout you're doing is conditioning workout, and it says you're burning 500 calories. It says on this big monitor or on your watch or whatever it's telling you. And you go for a couple of weeks. Well, you will no longer be burning the calories the same. An adaptation happens. So what happens is the better you get at conditioning, the less calories you start burning.
Yes.
During the workout.
Yes.
But
Because you get better at it.
yeah, because you get better at it, but then like throughout the day you burn more calories and
Yeah.
If you're strength training and you're putting on muscle, but not if you're doing only
Not if you're
conditioning.
just doing conditioning. Yeah.
Because then so you do big conditioning workouts, your body finds a way to save energy. It stops fidgeting less. It'll pull from somewhere else.
Yep.
So you don't realize that. And then your adaptation process, like some of the people that think they're burning 500 calories, they're probably burning 150.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the first one.
Yeah. I think the best thing, when you get more advanced and you start training a lot, you understand how your body feels and you understand when you need to tone it back or when you can push a little bit more. But one of the funniest things I seen with the Whoop, and I wore a Whoop for like 2 years and I tried it out and I kind of liked it, but I work with a lot of golfers. And so one thing that I found funny is that you'd have golfers wearing Whoops. And one thing that I'd hear from their coaches is their Whoop would tell them they were at 3%. Their recovery was way down because maybe they had a hard week or they got a bad night's rest, whatever it is. So they're at 3%. Well, then that golfer has a tournament that day. Well, what all they do, and I think all performance athletes do, is they give the phone to the coach and they don't look at what the performance is. And when they don't look at what the recovery is. And when they ask the coach, where's my recovery? He'll say, oh, you're great. You're in the green. You're at 90%. And all of a sudden the athlete performs great. Yeah. So people are they're almost letting that machine control their mind into thinking that they're not good that day, or vice versa. They're letting that machine control that, oh, I'm great today, when in reality you actually didn't sleep good the last day, or they're letting that machine control what they're doing that day. And so I didn't love it for that aspect. Or I'd have a client who was personal training and it said that they were at 5% and they shouldn't train that day. Well, it's like, this is our only day we work out. It's like, we can get in and do something, you're just going to take the whole day off and miss a whole week, so it can affect your life in a bad aspect. But what I did like it for was tracking sleep, seeing how your sleep patterns were. I liked it for tracking my heart rate. I liked it for tracking my heart rate variability. So it had some advantages, but just letting that tool control what you're going to do might not always be the answer. Rather, as you become more advanced, just looking at how you feel.
I do feel it's a double-edged sword though, right? Because like in one hand, it's good that you're married to the sense of, hey, Larry hit his 5-day workout. So you're 5 days in a row, Larry, great job, blah, blah, blah. And it makes you feel like, oh, okay, cool. And then you're sharing it with your, I think the problem is when you're sharing it with your friends, because like now that I'm thinking about this, right?
Yeah.
When you're sharing it with your friends and
it's a big catalyst.
It's a big catalyst because, like, I'll be honest with you, I wear it to track mileage. So like if I go for a walk or if I go for a run, I'm like, I just want to see
Track
like,
steps or mileage. That's good too.
Yeah. And so I use it specifically only for when I go for a walk or a jog run, right?
Yeah, and they're fantastic for that.
I think they're really good for that.
And so the other day, me and my wife were just like hanging out. I was like, I'm gonna go for a walk. She's like, yeah. So put on the watch just so I can track, like, we're gonna do like 2 miles or whatever. We're like, all right, so let's go for like a 2-mile walk. And I get back home and my buddy texts me, good job on your, good job going out there and going for a walk in the middle of a football game.
And that's all he had to say. Now you're going to start doing it.
Right. I don't let it get in my head, but I can see how it can.
Yeah.
It's just funny. But
Yeah,
it's a double-edged sword.
Definitely double-edged sword. And so those devices, and I'm going to give them a little bit of props on. So those devices, a couple of things they did really well, and they've changed the whole industry, is one, they make you very aware of your sleep and how it gets disrupted.
Yeah.
And two was they show you how bad alcohol disrupts your sleep.
Yeah, that's a big one too.
The alcohol sales is down tremendously. And they believe a lot of it has to do with the wearables. People did not understand how much alcohol affected their sleep and their recovery.
In their recovery.
And those devices showed that to everybody. All of them showed a certain extent, no matter how close it is to the actual reading, to what your body actually is. It showed that there, and some of them are better than others. Obviously, Garmin's have a couple of good ones.
Yeah.
The Whoop is it's a little controversial. It depends. I think they're getting better. Apple Watches, they're always working on their metrics. But if you don't have a heart rate chest, it's kind of hard to read some things. There's one device that's like an upper level device, and it's called the Morpheus. And that's from Joel Jamieson, who's like the godfather of strength and conditioning. But he's like really the godfather of conditioning.
Conditioning, yeah.
Yep. And he basically was involved in this device, and it's really big on heart rate variability. And it's just showing your ability to be able to recover from day to day. But it's very it's a lot of work. You have to use it for weeks and weeks at a time for it to calibrate. And it's constantly has to calibrate. So like anyone that has, because I haven't personally used it, I've been involved with people that have, and they like it. Tons of metrics, very accurate, a lot of work.
Is it a wearable?
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard of Morpheus.
Morpheus.
Chest monitor.
Yep.
Okay, so it's chest monitor.
Yeah, it's
chest monitors work a lot better too.
Yeah,
chest monitors work a lot better, especially if you're trying to track heart rate. That's always what we recommend rather than just. And I think some of these wearables will get close, but they won't be exact.
Yeah, and they're close enough to where if you're doing heart rate zones work, like conditioning work, where you're just trying to see like what's going to spike your heart rate and what's not, those devices, they work really well for that.
So, as far as like wearables, have we used any of them for like tracking sleep?
Yeah, I used the Whoop for a little while.
Wendy has, Zach
she used the Aura Ring, right? Yep. Yeah, I used the Whoop for a little while, and then I would wear an Apple Watch, and that would track sleep. This was a little while back. I did notice that the Apple Watch, I don't think tracked it near as well as the Whoop did. It was a little more in depth. And I've done some research because I've had some questions about just how accurate these things are, about how much REM you got and how much deep sleep you got and how much light sleep you got. But to Rob's point, what it has absolutely done is when it comes to alcohol or less, they absolutely nail that. And it has opened up people's eyes to what recovery should look like. If you do a hard workout and you're drinking that night, it affects.
And I have a sleep 8, and so 8 sleep, and basically it's a cover for the mattress, and it has AI technology, and it takes a bunch of metrics. It cools the bed, and it kind of will cool the bed through the night through your temperature, like where you need to be at, and also it gives you a tracking of your sleep quality.
Is it like a fan?
No, it's a sheet that covers the bed. It's basically like a mattress cover.
Okay.
And there's like fluid that runs through it to cool it down, and it has a lot of different kind of like a whole bunch of monitors all through it. You don't feel them, but it reads you.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now the only problem with it, which I love it, is there's a lot of waves coming through you. So I found that out after I already bought this thing. I was like, oh no.
My wife would not like that.
Yeah.
She'd be like, what the hell did you just buy?
But it best sleep cools you down, but it keeps track of your sleep. And I see like days that I don't have good sleep, or it's like cut short because I have to get up real early. My sleep quality is not great.
So it cools you and it tracks your sleep?
Yep.
Interesting.
So kind of touching on not just wearables, but we're going into like basically all technology that can benefit for you training. I know how I feel about it. What do you guys think about what do you think about Theragun?
I like them a lot. And so the massage guns.
Yeah,
Yeah, massage
like
guns.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So self massage, self manipulation is always really good. The more you can take care of yourself, the less you're reliant on someone else and have to go to somewhere. So like there's always a maintenance to the body, especially if you work out, and no matter what, just sitting, you're going to need a maintenance. And also with those guns, you got to be careful with them a little bit, but the percussion of it, a lot of times lets tissue get loose, and then you could kind of really work on it after that.
Improves blood flow too into the area. Yeah, I like the Theragun a lot. I think any massage tool is a really good option.
What I like, so as I'm thinking about all this, right, with the Theragun specifically, what I like about it is that it makes you more self-aware. Because like as you're massaging, you're like, okay, like that feels better, but it's not. That wasn't coming from that. The pain's still there. So then you start going, you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Here it is.
Because it's a referred pain. You're like, okay, where's it actually coming from? It's always upstream, downstream.
Yep. Yeah. So I guess in theory, right, like it's actually true of like all the technology. If anything, it's going to help you be more self-aware of certain things. So there is some argument there, right, of like, oh, it's good, but don't be married to it. Like
yeah, all things are all technology / equipment, tools are only as good as the practitioner understanding how to use them.
Yeah, it's a good tool. So I think the biggest takeaway in this, we were saying this episode didn't have to be too long, but we just want to kind of talk about some things that we like, what we don't like, even if we do like something, what to look out for. Try not to pay attention too much to the calories. You know, if you're basing your workout off how many calories you burned using any piece of equipment, it's really not the best results, and it's really not going to give you the best picture. What we do like them for: steps, sleep, tracking heart rate, and especially if you're going to do a heart rate, get a chest wearable that tends to work better. Tracking HRV, and then like we talked about, not getting married to it, not letting it, basically control your entire life. And then other technologies like massage guns, things like that, can have practical uses if done correctly.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is, with the calories, it just does not take into where you're at as far as like adaptation, strength training. What does your body actually burn throughout the day?
Awesome.
Cool,
Thanks,
guys.
everybody. Thanks, guys. This has been Strong Principles.